Reading the landscape. Grounded environmental and situational awareness of reality. The wise gardener spends more time studying the soil than choosing the seeds, understanding that even the most beautiful dreams require suitable ground to take root and flourish. Standing in your kitchen this morning, you made dozens of micro-assessments without conscious thought. The coffee maker's readiness, the milk's freshness, the time available before your first commitment, the energy level that would determine whether breakfast became a nourishing ritual or a rushed necessity. These practical evaluations happen so automatically you barely notice them. Yet they shaped your entire morning experience and set the tone for everything that followed. This same capacity for practical assessment, refined and consciously applied, becomes the foundation for all successful conscious creation. Just as you wouldn't attempt to cook without first checking what ingredients are actually available, conscious creation requires honest evaluation of your current reality before designing meaningful changes. The dreams and aspirations that felt so clear in the previous chapter need suitable ground to grow, and that ground is the complex landscape of your actual circumstances, relationships, resources, and constraints. Yet here we must pause for an important reality check. This practical assessment work has nothing in common with the magical thinking that pervades much contemporary self-help culture. We're not talking about manifesting abundance through positive visualization or trusting that the universe will shower you with gifts if you just practice mindfulnesses and believe really, really hard. That approach treats conscious creation like cosmic room service rather than the patient, practical work it actually requires. Real conscious creation happens through honest engagement with actual conditions, not through elaborate fantasies about bypassing them. The contentment you're learning to cultivate emerges from skillful response to life as it actually is, enhanced by conscious choices that gradually improve circumstances through sustained effort rather than wishful thinking. The art of clear seeing. Before you can work skillfully with your circumstances, you must see them clearly. This requires overcoming three common obstacles that distort accurate assessment: perfectionism that prevents starting until conditions become ideal, denial that minimizes challenges while hoping they'll resolve without direct involvement, and projection that assumes others face the same constraints and opportunities that define your particular situation. Perfectionism masquerades as high standards, but actually represents fear of engaging with imperfect conditions. It waits for complete information before making decisions, ideal circumstances before beginning meaningful changes, and guaranteed outcomes before taking necessary risks. This pattern prevents the experimental learning that conscious creation requires while creating impossible standards that eliminate most opportunities for authentic development. Denial feels hopeful and optimistic, but ultimately proves counterproductive because it prevents the realistic planning and consistent action that successful change requires. It often represents unconscious fear of facing challenges that feel overwhelming, leading to magical thinking that problems will solve themselves or that good intentions alone can create different outcomes. Projection assumes everyone faces similar circumstances and opportunities, creating unrealistic expectations based on other people's apparent success without understanding the unique conditions that enabled their particular achievements. This prevents accurate assessment of your specific situation while generating unnecessary frustration about progress that doesn't match others' apparent timelines. Overcoming these obstacles requires developing what psychologists call realistic optimism, the ability to see challenges clearly while maintaining confidence in your capacity to address them gradually through sustained effort and intelligent strategy. This clear seeing becomes the foundation for contentment that doesn't depend on perfect circumstances but emerges from skillful engagement with whatever conditions actually exist in your life. Reading your internal resources. Your internal landscape includes the capabilities, patterns, and resources that travel with you, regardless of external circumstances. Accurate assessment of this internal terrain reveals both strengths you may not fully recognize and limitations that require honest acknowledgement for successful navigation. Your relationship patterns. Notice which relationships consistently leave you feeling energized versus drained, which people encourage your authentic development versus those who seem invested in keeping you unchanged. Consider your communication skills, capacity for vulnerability, and patterns around boundaries. These relationship dynamics significantly affect your capacity for growth while revealing areas where skill development could enhance both personal satisfaction and your ability to create positive changes. Your health foundation. Evaluate the physical and mental energy available for conscious creation efforts. This includes current fitness levels, sleep quality, stress management capabilities, and how well you listen to your body's signals. Understanding your health patterns helps determine realistic timelines for change while identifying areas where improved self-care could significantly support other development goals. Physical vitality provides the foundation for all other improvements. Your learning style. Examine your track record with personal goals and development commitments. Notice what types of challenges energize versus overwhelm you, how well you follow through on commitments to yourself, and whether you prefer gradual change or intensive transformation periods. This self-knowledge prevents choosing change strategies that work against your natural patterns while revealing approaches most likely to create sustainable progress. Your financial reality. Honestly assess income, expenses, savings, and the financial knowledge that affects your ability to make informed decisions about money. Financial constraints significantly influence what changes become practical in realistic timeframes, while financial clarity often enables other positive changes. This assessment reveals both limitations requiring creative accommodation and resources that could support meaningful improvements. Reading your external environment. Your external environment includes factors beyond your direct control that nevertheless significantly influence what becomes possible through your choices and efforts. Understanding these broader conditions prevents unrealistic expectations while revealing opportunities that might otherwise remain invisible. Family and social dynamics. Examine how relationships, expectations, and dynamics either support or complicate your development efforts. Consider both family responsibilities that affect your available resources and social contexts that normalize certain behaviors while making others feel unusual or difficult. Understanding these dynamics helps anticipate challenges while identifying potential sources of support that could make change efforts more sustainable. Economic and cultural context. Assess broader conditions, including local opportunities, economic trends, and cultural messages that affect your beliefs about what's possible or necessary for satisfaction. Economic awareness prevents personalizing challenges that reflect systemic conditions while helping identify realistic timelines for goals requiring favorable external contexts. Cultural awareness helps distinguish between authentic desires and externally influenced expectations. Your living situation. Consider how your physical environment supports or constrains your well-being, productivity, and authentic expression. This includes both immediate living space and broader geographic location, examining factors like safety, convenience, cost, and alignment with your lifestyle preferences. Your environment significantly affects energy levels and capacity for growth while revealing modification possibilities within current constraints. Distinguishing changeable from unchangeable factors. Perhaps the most crucial skill in practical landscape reading involves developing accurate discernment about which factors in your current circumstances can be influenced through conscious choice versus which represent genuine constraints requiring acceptance and creative accommodation. Generally within your influence, your daily habits and routines, how you spend discretionary time and energy, learning priorities, response patterns to challenging situations, financial management patterns, and communication styles. These internal factors often prove more influential than external circumstances in determining life satisfaction, yet they often receive less attention than external factors that feel more dramatic but prove less changeable. Requiring creative accommodation, basic personality temperament, significant health conditions, family responsibilities, broader economic conditions, and natural aging processes. These factors provide parameters within which conscious creation must work rather than obstacles that prevent growth entirely. Often, accepting these constraints enables creative solutions that wouldn't have emerged through attempts to eliminate genuine limitations. Requiring further investigation, career opportunities, relationship dynamics, financial constraints, social connections, and health improvement possibilities. These areas often contain more flexibility than initial assessment suggests, but they require sustained investigation and experimentation rather than quick assumptions about what's possible. Working with rather than against reality. The ultimate goal involves developing skill to work skillfully with actual circumstances, rather than fighting against unchangeable realities or settling for limitations that could be transcended through patient, strategic effort. This requires sophisticated discernment that honors both genuine constraints and authentic possibilities. Working with environmental realities means designing conscious creation efforts that use rather than oppose existing conditions, finding ways to align your growth trajectory with the natural flows and constraints present in your circumstances. The artist who develops marketable skills while pursuing creative expression, recognizing that financial stability could support rather than compromise artistic development. The parent who involves children in learning activities that serve both family connection and personal growth. The professional who gradually transitions to more satisfying work while maintaining security. This approach requires patience with gradual progress while maintaining commitment to meaningful change, creativity in finding solutions that honor multiple priorities simultaneously, and wisdom about timing that allows changes to unfold sustainably rather than forcing rapid transformation that often proves unsustainable. The contentment you're cultivating doesn't require perfect circumstances, but emerges from skillful engagement with actual conditions. When you can read your landscape clearly, you discover that satisfaction comes not from having everything you want, but from working creatively with what you actually have while gradually improving circumstances through conscious choice and sustained effort. Your journey from dreams to daily reality continues not through fantasy or resignation, but through practical wisdom that honors both vision and circumstance, both possibility and constraint. The path forward emerges from this honest assessment, revealing itself step by step as you learn to dance skillfully with the complex conditions that comprise your unique landscape for conscious creation.